What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Ron and Jack's podcast. As always, you can reach us at ronandjackpodcast@gmail.com. It's our fourth episode today. I was away in Maine for a week, so back at it. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of things happened this week. As most of you probably know, the Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor fight just happened last night. That's where I was. I was watching that around the Boston area. It was a good fight. Better than I expected it to be.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be out pretty fast, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be over first 5 rounds, if.
I think Mayweather said he didn't think it was going to go the distance either. I thought Mayweather was pretty sure he was going to knock him out fast.
Yeah, no, it was. I think Mayweather was a little bit shocked because MMA, it's like a different type of style of fighting. So it's like,
yeah,
I think Conor's approach was sort of like definitely made the fight get longer. But we'll get into that later. We're going to get into opening thoughts right now. Jack, what do you got for us today?
All right, well, here, let me just say, this is what I have that happened over the past few days. And it's actually, I really don't want to go into this unless it gets really brought up. But right after we talked about our last podcast where we said, oh, like, watch like some riot or something break out in Boston. The next day there was a big protest thing that went on.
Very peaceful protest though, with
cops did a great job. Everything was good. Boston did a really good job at that. But I don't want to bring that up. But
yeah, we don't bring up that stuff too much. But
there was a lot of But moving on, I think here, I don't know. Do you know who Rich Paina is, Ron?
No.
Rich Paina died. You might have to pull him up on your phone to see this. But big news though that happened there. Yeah, I'm just bringing up stuff.
Okay.
We can go into it. The Floyd Mcgregor fight. Right?
Yep.
We'll have to talk about that. I don't know if you want to bring up anything about the Celtics. Celtics had a big week as well.
Yeah, I do want to talk a little bit about that trade.
Maybe we'll touch on that. And,
as well.
Actually, I saw a pretty sweet mini-series on HBO Now. I don't know if you have that? HBO Now?
No, I used to have it. I don't have HBO anymore.
I watched this documentary, or it was like a 4-thing documentary on Dr. Dre and Interscope Records, and it's actually pretty nice. It reminded me of the NWA movie that we saw.
Okay.
And maybe we could talk about that if we still remember a little bit about that.
I remember a good amount about that.
I think that's actually one of the better movies we've seen.
Yeah, I'd be down to talk about that too. I have actually a story too. Probably for I don't know if I want to say it for opening thoughts or rant, because it actually happened to me on vacation actually, and it involves Walmart.
It might be a rant.
It's a rant. It's definitely a rant.
Come in at the end.
Yeah, I'll save that one at the end because it's a pretty good story, and it's a little rant on Walmart that I went to when I was away. But we'll save that for then.
Yeah, I think we should start with Floyd McGregor, though.
Yeah, I do want to talk a little bit about.
I just put the two names in the wrong. Floyd McGregor.
I do want to talk a little bit about that fight. I thought the main card leading up to the match was pretty disappointing. Looking at the main card, just like because in an event that big, boxing's main card needs to try to get people to draw attention to their sport. Instead, they put a very weak main card out there. The fight before Floyd Mayweather-McGregor, that fight was ridiculous. The people that they threw out in that fight, Davis and the other guy, I forget his name, but they threw him out there, and like what they were wearing when they came into the ring, dude. One guy looked like a Smurf.
That was Davis.
Davis, yeah.
What was his name? Javante.
Yeah, I think it was Javante Davis, and
I forget the other guy.
dude, the crowd booed him out of there during that fight. He was
really? I didn't
yeah, like
that.
the whole fight. We ordered the entire pay-per-view.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing.
And yeah, we watched it, and it was good. I definitely enjoyed it, but it was really the main event.
I think it was worth the money.
It was worth the money. It was way better than the Pacquiao.
Really? I never saw the
fight.
Pacquiao
I saw
one.
both of them, and I also saw Floyd's earlier fights against like De La Hoya and stuff. And Floyd, to me, it was a very interesting match because Floyd really had to change up his style throughout the fight, and it was a Floyd Mayweather we've never seen before, and I think it's a cool fight for him to go out on. If that's where he's gonna retire, I don't know, because I feel like Floyd's a money guy. If he gets a promotional where he can get money,
Floyd,
he's money.
The
he's
money.
It's money team. If he gets some money, if he gets a big offer thrown his way, I think he will box again. Do I think he's ever gonna box against a big name again? No, I don't think he's ever gonna box against a big name again. But I do think Floyd will do like small promotional boxing matches to get a little bit of cash, especially for the money he owes the IRS. But
I don't know, because 50-0, that's a nice number to.
Yeah, that's what I was saying
on.
too.
That's a good number to end on.
He's gonna go down as like one of the best fighters in history.
Yeah.
If not the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, his ability to be elusive in the ring was never seen before. You know, and some people say he's running away. I call that very good agility. You know, being able to, and evasiveness in the ring, being able to dodge the amount of punches that he dodges on like in a regular match, a regular boxing match, is unbelievable. It's unheard of. And I think Conor did a really good job of staying on Floyd, but he definitely exerted too much energy at points. The first point of the match, when I think it was first few seconds of the match, he throws probably three or four very strong punches in the corner, and Floyd just blocks them all with his arms, and it's like,
or for the most part.
For the most part, he blocked them. It was mostly body shots. He didn't get a headshot in on him, but I thought that was just Conor's sort of lack of experience in boxing. Like, boxing the first round, you don't see many punches thrown usually. It's mostly waiting out, seeing your opponent. It's like a chess match. Yeah. I thought Conor exerted a little bit too much energy in the early rounds. He definitely won the first 3 rounds, I thought.
But I think that was his downfall. I think that was his downfall as well, because after he put all his heart and effort into the first 3 ones, Mayweather then turned the tables around.
Yeah, he did.
And the rest, because, Mayweather is like, okay, now I know your style. Now I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you just tired yourself out, so this is the end.
Mayweather's also in incredible shape for boxing. Like, he's been boxing since he was 19. Like,
he's 40 now?
He's 40, 40. Just turned 40, I believe, maybe in the past few months. But he's up at 40 now. And it's funny because when I was watching it, a lot of the kids I was watching it, they were all diehard Mcgregor fans, all Irish people. So they were diehard Mcgregor, and we were all drinking, watching the game and watching the fight. And they kept saying, like, McGregor's definitely gonna, like, I could see him winning this fight. And I'm like, guys, he's been boxing since he was 19 years old. Floyd Mayweather. How the hell?
I thought 19. I thought it was younger than that.
Or he actually started his amateur career when he was around 19. Like, his first match was when he was 19. He started younger than that.
Jeez.
But he's been boxing his entire life. You know? He's been in, like, competition since he was 19.
Well, look at this, dude. Is Mayweather, what is he, one of the best boxers of all time?
Yeah, of all time.
Okay, of all time, and look at his record, 50-0.
And he's beaten good guys.
So,
like,
what does that "no" mean, Ron?
He's undefeated.
That means he's undefeated.
He's undefeated.
I mean, he means he never lost a match.
Yeah.
And he's never lost 49 matches, and he's about to face this guy that will say, well, no, it's true. This guy had no professional boxing experience.
Yeah.
This guy never even boxed professionally one match. And he's about to fight against a guy that won 49 and never lost.
Yeah.
And so the odds are completely in Mayweather's
against
favor.
them.
If people betting on it,
that's what people didn't understand either. That I was watching it
heavily. It was everyone knew Mayweather was going to win.
That's what people didn't understand too. That I was watching it with is if you bet on someone that's heavily favored, you earn less money through the bet. So people are like, people earned a lot of money. No, they didn't earn a lot of money last night.
You have to bet millions of dollars to get anything in return because it was so heavily favored.
And the funny thing about it is, like, they're like, everyone would have been pissed. Like, if everyone must be pissed that McGregor lost. I'm like, they're probably a little pissed. They're pissed.
More pissed if they lost to Mayweather and the guys that bet on McGregor.
They're pissed. They're pissed. But the thing is, those guys that bet that big money, they're fucking multimillionaires. They don't give a shit. Like, that's pocket change for them. Like, they're going to the fight and they're betting for the they're betting for the on the fight. Like they're betting for the fight, and they're going to the fight. They don't care. They have enough money to go to a fight like that, which is expensive in itself.
Wasn't that an insanely expensive match?
Yeah, it was an expensive match. All Mayweather fights are expensive. He has a very good promotional team. I will say that they get Mayweather his money.
They get him his money.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too.
Didn't
is
he
like
make a
lot of
people.
Yeah, a lot of people shit on Mayweather too because they're like, oh, he like doesn't really fight like the big names. Like he's fought plenty of big names. De La Hoya, Pacquiao. Like he's taken all these guys out. Like he's beaten all these guys. You know, it's like. He's beating everyone that people are like, oh, he's too scared to fight him. Floyd ends up fighting him and beating them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I give Floyd Mayweather credit.
He has great strategy.
He's a great boxer, very intelligent boxer.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I mean.
You know, he's very, very smart in the ring. Like, I don't know if we're ever going to see someone like up to his intelligence. His father trained him. His father's a really good trainer. And it's funny because actually a lot of Floyd's team ended up winning last night. Like, a lot of his father trains a lot of different boxers. They ended up fighting last night. And they ended up winning a lot of their fights as well.
But also, I have to say, Mcgregor did an amazing job.
Yeah, he did.
It was a great fight.
It was a great fight.
It was a great fight. McGregor did an amazing job.
Yeah.
For never boxing a pro match before, this being his first match ever, and for him going up against the undefeated, no one knew it was going to go 10 rounds.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
That it was a good fight.
He also, the beginning with McGregor was ahead, right? In the first couple rounds. He made it really, he did a good couple first rounds there.
Yeah, McGregor had a good fight. Like, he lasted 10 rounds. One of the best boxers in the world.
Yeah.
Give him credit.
Yeah.
Give him credit. Like
even Mayweather says, like, man, I did not expect him to be that good.
Yeah, and he did. He also did UFC a huge favor too. Where it's like I don't know how many boxing fans are really gonna tune in UFC now, but like I think a lot of UFC guys might see this as like, oh, maybe I can make some money in boxing too, and maybe they'll do boxing as well.
Well, this gave me like a. Well, this interested me, you know, as like a consumer, I guess, because after seeing both boxing and MMA be cool, I'm like, yo, man, maybe like I would like want to get into like that or something. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that seems pretty cool, like to do that.
Yeah, no, I think
so it's very impressionable about like young kids.
Yeah, like
young kids will see MMA fighting boxing and they'll be like, oh, they're just as cool as each other, or boxing's so cool, you know what I mean? Or be like, oh, MMA is so cool because an MMA artist can hold his own with a boxer, that's so cool, you know? Like, then they'll like get into MMA and stuff.
Like, you can say all you want about Floyd.
It was a big marketing thing and it did a great job, or it was a good market. It was it had a big marketing. This whole thing was marketing, right? This fight. It was only just for money. It was for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it did a really good job. It followed through. It was definitely worth the money to buy the fight.
It was worth it. It was definitely worth the $100 to get the fight. But the thing too is, like, you can say what you want about Floyd. He's done a tremendous job promoting boxing as a sport. Like, if Floyd was not a boxer, would anyone be watching boxing in the past 3, 4 years, 5 years? I don't think anyone would be watching boxing.
It might have. Like, well, I don't know about that, but it would definitely have died down.
It's been dying a lot. Like they've been getting rid of divisions, for Christ's sakes. Like
MMA is becoming so popular too, as we can just saw.
MMA is very popular because they have a figure like Floyd McGregor.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Both of them are very good at promoting fights.
Yeah.
And like I hate to say it too, because like obviously WWE's fake and shit.
Oh yeah.
But like. Like, I used to watch a lot of, like, WWF back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, way back.
I guess the ratings are dying now.
And now it's dying because, like, WWF's PG. But the best thing WWF had was their promos for fights.
Yeah.
Like, they were just... The way that they designed them are awesome, and you're seeing...
They had Trump in there, so that's pretty funny.
And they had Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather fought at WrestleMania against Big Show one year. It was probably 8 years ago now.
Big Show didn't eat him?
So, like... Floyd did that, and they had a really good promo during WrestleMania, and I gotta say, Floyd's very good at promos and doing things like that, because, like, you have to be able to, like, get a fight to get hyped up. You have to hype up fans for a fight. WWE's really good at doing that, and I think Floyd took a lot of the shit that he does to hype up fights from, like, watching entertainers.
Yeah.
Like guys in WWE and stuff like that, because a lot of them are really good entertainers, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, dude. Who the hell doesn't know Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah. Everyone.
Like, everyone knows Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was a great entertainer, like, good promotional, like,
or like
guy.
Hogan, I guess.
Or Hogan.
Yeah,
Hogan even more so.
The more famous one.
Yeah. Or The Rock. Like,
yeah,
all
Rock,
of them were WWF guys, WWE guys that were really,
The Rock
really
is probably
good.
the most famous, like, you know what I mean? The Rock's probably this generation's Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know?
Yeah. Like, those guys paved the way for, like, entertaining in combat sports. We're, like, I don't really want to call wrestling a combat sport because, like, obviously it's fake. But, like, there is some athleticism involved in it. So
and
I'll
then
put it
there's
up there.
even this, there's the wrestlers, they're going from WWF or WWE to MMA.
Yeah, like Ken Shamrock.
And,
who used to be a UFC
CM
fighter.
Punk.
And CM Punk.
Went
exactly.
from, well, I think he got his,
Brock
got
Lesnar.
destroyed.
Brock
Lesnar. And who's the other guy? And Batista even.
Yeah, Batista and all those guys are like...
Batista's in the Guardian of the Galaxies now. He's like, he's in movies.
Yeah, he's in movies. Like, it's cool. It's really cool to see how the sports progress. And especially boxing. I'm really curious to see how boxing continues now and evolves. Because there has to be, like, there's never going to be another Floyd Mayweather. But they need to get more figures in boxing that promote fights better.
Yeah.
That's what they really need, and like they need Floyd in that kind of like aspect of what Floyd does. UFC's getting really big because of the way they promote fights.
This was even this though, even the McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight, that was huge promotion for one fight, and now they're hoping that people will start watching more of their fights because they saw that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. So if we want to switch topics real quick.
Well, yeah, I will. But this actually brings into the Rich Paina, but I want you to look up, but not yet. He's a guy. I'll kind of let me get into it after I say my experience of this UFC fight. I just want to bring in a quick story. So Ron paid the $100 for the UFC fight, right? They had at Dave and Buster's D&B's.
Yeah.
They had $25 to come see the fight.
Oh, really?
So, dude, they got packed. They were packed, dude. They made.
You were there, huh?
They made money, dude. They amped up the prices of drinks, dude. The drinks were ridiculously high priced, and they gave you like no alcohol in them. So it was, they were making money. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And they had like promotional appetizers. So they were like, yo, we're gonna make money, and they brought in an outside local brewery. I think you mentioned this one in Woburn, where they make that boom
Lord
sauce.
Hobos?
Yeah, and they make that boom
sauce IPAs, yeah.
They brought that in, and they promoted that during the fight, and it was $10 for a can of beer. $10 for one of these boom sauce things.
IPAs are always expensive, yeah.
Yeah. And they were like promoting it there, so they were like, everyone get this boom sauce.
$25 is a lot, man. They made profit. They made
dude,
cake.
It was packed too, man.
Yeah.
It was packed. But actually, it was pretty cool for D&B's, and dude, there's a lot of crazy things happened. Actually, when I first got there, there was a car accident right outside. One car must have been going like 40 down the main road.
That's like a small road,
Probably faster than 40. He was probably going he was going faster than 45. Like somewhere up in that area. But anyways, he's flying down the highway, and then there's a hotel that right on the road, and someone must have been pulling out of the hotel.
Okay, the Holiday Inn or whatever's down there.
Whatever, Doubletree or whatever.
Yeah.
And actually, right in front of the Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
There's one that's right in front of the Dave and Buster's, and someone must have been pulling out without looking, and they got T-boned by this like SUV, like that thing over there.
Oh, Jesus.
And the airbags went off and everything, and dude, it was literally like I was like probably like 50 feet away with my friend. We just got there, and we were outside and we heard it.
Oh shit.
And we ran over, and the airbags went off. The windshields was cracked and everything.
Jesus.
And there was people were trying to get the people in the car out, so everyone rushed over. It was like, yo, we have to break the window. So they like ripped the window off the car, and then they unlocked the door and they pulled the guys out. And then there's tons of cops over at Dave & Buster's too because of the fight.
Yeah.
So the cops were right on it, and they got the ambulance over there. And hopefully, I don't think anyone was injured that badly, but
yeah,
it was crazy, dude. Just to show up and be like, wow, this is, because a lot of people were saying like there's going to be a lot of drunk driving that night because of
was it drinking, you think, that caused it, or?
I don't know, but probably the amount of people were drinking at Dave & Buster's.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
God, dude, yeah.
But yeah, it was well worth $25. I went in, we got a table.
Accidents shake you up too, dude. Like, I bet you went over those people and they probably weren't saying a word.
Oh yeah, they were like, they didn't even know what to say.
Yeah.
Like, what was happening. They were all disoriented.
Because your body gets that stress reaction.
Yeah.
And you just can't really do anything. Damn, that's crazy. I could definitely see it being packed.
Yeah, but no, we got a table before because there's either tables or at the bar. So we got there just in time for a table, thank God. Because, dude, everyone was standing at the end of it for the fight.
They only had that fight on, or they had the main card, too?
No, they had all the fights.
Oh, wow, so they had the main card, too.
And, yeah, I'm saying, like, people were just, like, crowded around the bar because it was that packed.
Dude, it's actually really expensive for an establishment to run the fight.
Yeah.
It's not like buying, like, a household.
Yeah, it's per, contract. Like, per people viewing, kind of. Like, per capacity.
It's per capacity of each room and where you're viewing.
Oh,
so if there's TV, and it's square footage
TVs
too, I think.
in the bathroom, we're counting those.
Yeah, like, those are counted. If there's TVs in the bathroom, those are counted. And if it's based on square footage, I think too. So it's like if you have TVs where like the games are at Dave & Buster's, they have to pay for that
that's
too.
That's crazy. If
and
there
shit
were
like
TVs
that.
where the games were, they were screwed. That's why everything costs so much. But
Dave & Buster's is also like
cool.
pretty good, so they're not that bad.
It was cool. It was cool. It was a good I don't know how good Dave & Buster's is because I haven't really been there.
We've only gone a few times ever.
A long time ago too. So I don't really know if
I didn't like their bar.
For them. That was a win for them though. That night, that McGregor fight was a win for Dave & Buster's.
That's the thing about places like King's too is they actually don't have fights. King's doesn't allow fights.
Well, yeah, because people are bowling and stuff. They don't.
Well, no, it's like
you don't really watch a fight and bowl.
Well, no, but they sometimes they have special like viewing nights for like Patriot games and stuff. But like, I guess like but I thought it was so stupid when I was told the explanation for why they don't have it.
Why?
There's like we're too like upper class of like a place to like show a fight.
Well, I guess
I sort of see it, but King's
because King's, remember a while ago, King's was like they had a strict dress code.
Yeah.
They were like no hats and stuff. Even I think at a point, dude, they were like no hats.
Really? I've walked in there with a hat for the past.
I know, but like way back in the day, like when they first opened them, they were pretty strict with the dress code and they wanted to be like an upper class like.
Yeah, true.
Family
thing.
Fair. Because most bowling alleys have bars and stuff, so like how do they want to be separated from that? They have to appeal to both like a certain crowd, I guess.
So do we want to get into this? Rich guy?
Let me tell you, Rich Paina is a guy that you can't explain in the amount of time that we have right now. Okay. This is so he's a bodybuilding. We got to bring back up bodybuilding just for this one thing because this guy had a huge look as Ron sees right now. This guy had a huge impact on modern day bodybuilding. Let's just see Ron's reaction to this.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Let's just say that he's a big guy.
He's known for his arm size. Look at a picture of him.
46-year-old too. Huh?
Yeah, he did. Go to images.
Is this Google Images?
Yeah, go to Google Images. He's famous for his arms, which he injected synthol into. I'm pretty sure.
Let's see here if I can get him up.
Ron's on the
Rich.
On the Google.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm looking at him.
So like look at one with just look at any of them, I guess, and see how gigantic his arms are. Yeah, click
this one maybe.
Look at how stupid huge his arms are, dude.
Yeah,
that's kind of like what he's known for, and he's a guy. I think he said he didn't train legs, so he's like he's a wacky guy that was in the bodybuilding, was a bodybuilder, and then with the internet and stuff, he became a multimedia celebrity or whatever. Yeah, right? So he's...
Okay, so he took the internet by storm in his final years of his life.
Yeah, he was big on like Instagram and all that stuff and YouTube. He was a huge... Like everyone that ever like looked up lifting weights on YouTube has came across this guy because he was that much into the fitness community right now.
So I guess he got introduced into bodybuilding when he was 11 years old too. Yeah. So that's what we were talking about in previous episodes too, with like how young you start bodybuilding. Some of these guys start really young.
Yeah, so you got me on that. But yeah, he used to be a big bodybuilder, and then recently he became famous like for doing other stuff besides bodybuilding, for like starting his own brand, I guess. He was he started his own like fitness supplement line and stuff. But obviously this guy's been using drugs, you know. He uses a lot of drugs, and I think that's how he died. You know what I mean, Ron?
Yeah,
you can tell by looking at this guy that he's not natural bodybuilder.
Yeah, I guess he finished 7th and 11th at national bodybuilding championships and was even named Mr. California.
Yeah, so he was pretty big. Yeah, he was a pretty big bodybuilder. And then he started his own supplement line and his own brand. He had like he had
protein shakes, I guess.
Yeah, he had protein shakes and other stuff. He had a ton of stuff. He had his own clothing line at a point, and then he had his own with YouTube and stuff. He had his own YouTube channel with like a ton of followers and stuff.
I never understood this though. Like in this article, it says he insisted he took great care with his steroid use and understood the importance of on and off cycles.
Yeah, what about that? That's like a way to sum it up.
So it means he basically thought he was like there's some safe way of taking steroids.
I guess. Yeah, that's why I'm saying like I can't explain this in the time we have.
Yeah.
But you have to like see that. Yeah. That's the next thing. Like he's very open about taking steroids.
He's also says if you have a choice to stay natural, do steroids. Stay natural.
Yeah, he said that. But you'd have to like look it up.
So he says steroids. If you use steroids, you're only hurting your body and hurting yourself.
Okay, I know, but he himself used all the steroids in the book.
Yeah.
But he's saying like not to do it. But yeah, he was very open about that online too. That's how he got very popular.
Yeah.
Because he told stories about doing steroids and stuff when like guys never did. You know what I mean? Like guys aren't gonna just come out and say like, hey, this is what I did. But at the very end, dude, he has a lot of scandals behind him. Like Trump.
Does he?
Like Trump had a lot of scandals.
Yeah.
Just an analogy, but he has a lot of scandals like about and funny stories. Like I think like he said the N-word or something on like public radio and got in big trouble for that. But he has like a lot of weird scandals like that. Like one of them was like, I don't know, that's just a most recent one. But he became like the butt of internet jokes and stuff. So like anyone that like said, anyone like on YouTube videos and stuff and like fitness videos on YouTube would always just like make fun of Rich Paina for something he said, or like because he has his own like weird like mannerisms and rhetoric.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you know what I mean? He's a character. He like said like funny things. Dude, one of his workout routines is 8 hours long of just doing curls and triceps, and he's like, do this 8 hour long workout. Go to the gym for 8 hours, drink 16 protein shakes, and your arms will grow an inch. Dude, that's like one of his things.
It also says in this article that he eats 9 meals a day, or he ate 9 meals a day.
He said he had a crazy diet and stuff that he'd tell people to follow to get big or something. I don't know,
makes sense. You're eating 9 meals a day. That's massive calorie intake.
Yeah, and he said he used to, a funny like thing about him was he used to eat a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream every night. A pint of Ben & Jerry's. So that's the type of man this guy was. He was crazy, man. Yeah. He was whack. But you know, it's sad because even though he's this wacko, he was, you know what I mean? He was a big. If you look this guy, he's a huge influence on the weightlifting community, the culture.
Yep.
And on the bodybuilding culture, and on the fitness culture. And like Ronny, we just talked about how boxing is kind of dying down, and they need to promote it back up. Same thing with bodybuilding. Like bodybuilding has been dying down, and if anything,
you need a personality.
You need a personality for that. There's no Arnold nowadays.
Yeah, there's no Arnold.
Rich was kind of like that personality, but he was, if you look him up, Rich was kind of too wacky for this personality, but he was one of those guys he was a big bodybuilding promoter.
Yeah.
Just like that. But, I had another train of thought. But anyway, I was going to say, like, actually, I don't know. I was gonna do another parallel to the boxing fight with this.
with Rich and how he promotes probably.
Yeah.
Maybe how good social media promoting was for this match, which was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the McGregor Mayweather match had very good social media promotion. Like it's big for boxing when no one talks about you. Well, I'll talk for the Boston area because I listen to a lot of Boston sports. No one on the radio, any of these radio stations, was talking about any boxing fight until this one came up.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah,
and this is the talk today. All in Boston radio today, when I was driving back from where I watched the fight. Everyone on the radio was talking about this fight.
The fight?
The fight. No, the Celtics. We should get into the Celtics trade, actually, in a little bit. Or in a few minutes. But this fight was talked about so much leading up to this weekend on Friday and today. It's been being talked about. Like, it left a positive impact on the sport, and if you're a fan of boxing, you have to be happy that this fight went down.
Oh, yeah,
as much as and the funny thing is, like, all these hypocrites too.
I know. I was going to say now.
Before the fight started, all these hypocrites came out saying like, "Oh, this is gonna be a stupid fight. Why are they putting an MMA fighter in the ring with like a boxer?" It's like, dude, these are the kind of fights that make history. This could potentially merge UFC fighters with some boxers.
Yeah.
This is a big fight. This was a huge fight, like for the sport of boxing.
And yeah, here's that parallel I was going to draw. I was going to say, so like boxing, it doesn't have its figurehead, and it kind of got what's the word? Overshadowed by MMA.
Yep.
And that's the same thing with like bodybuilding. Is bodybuilding after after like Ronnie Coleman and like Jay Cutler, if you know who those guys are. After like those guys were there, there's no one. They don't really have a figurehead.
I know Coleman.
Yeah, Ronnie Coleman. They haven't had a figurehead like him, and they've been dying down. And the things that they've been overshadowed by more is just like physique fitness.
Yeah.
And guys just wanting to like be
CrossFit. CrossFit's taking a lot away.
Yeah, stuff like that though, like physique and health wise. Like people are really into like yoga, stuff.
CrossFit.
Yoga, yep. And even like just lifting weights, but lifting for physique instead of bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Which Marino would never know what that is. And now I have to do an edited out.
No, but that's true though. A lot of people do confuse that. We've talked about it before, so we're not going to get into it. But that's also a problem too. Is a lot of people
what I was saying is
don't read up on it.
Yeah, but what I've been saying is what I mean is like all this, other fitness things were overshadowing like classical bodybuilding, and you know what I mean? Like people weren't doing steroids anymore, right? Kids weren't really doing steroids. They were just like working out to like work out. So that's just another parallel. But yeah, I gotta say, like, rest in peace to this Rich Paina, man. Like, he was a huge impact though.
Yeah.
He was a figurehead. He was a figurehead. He was like a Mayweather of his industry.
Yeah, he had followers,
If you look him up if you ever have chance, Ron. But basically, he was a Mayweather of his industry.
And those are the guys you need to promote sports or any activity that's dying.
Yeah.
You need to have someone that isn't traditional, someone that breaks the boundaries that are set by sports. And
it can get attention.
It can get attention during your sport. Mayweather, he dug into everything. He was a popular culture guy. Like, he was in there. Everyone knows who Floyd Mayweather is.
Yeah.
Hell, my mother, who's never watched boxing, was, like, talking about the fight today to me. That's big. Like, people that never, ever talk about boxing, talking about boxing.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, you didn't know who Rich Paina was.
Exactly.
So that's just proof how bodybuilding isn't as big as it
exactly.
was. He's not an everyday household name. But rest in peace, man. That sucks because, it always sucks to like lose someone lose anyone really.
Yeah, it
but
sucks
also
to lose anyone,
a big figurehead or a big
that's trying to promote
someone that had a good impact on. Yeah, this guy, he had a lot of bad things. He had baggage if you look at it.
Everyone that's done something good for something has baggage, has some kind of like, everyone has their baggage, and everyone that does something huge for a sport, anything, has some negatives surrounding, some negative publicity surrounding. Because not everyone's going to love you. There's going to be people that hate you.
And here's a perfect example. So on HBO now, they have this four episode season of this show called The Defiant Ones, which is about Dr. Dre.
Heard of the show.
Yeah, it's about Dr. Dre and
Jimmy Iovine's in it,
Jimmy
right?
Iovine, who is a record producer and the big guy at Interscope Records, which signed Death Row, which was Dr. Dre's first record company or whatever. He started Death Row Records or whatever.
Well, Death Row was Suge Knight was the manager of it. He was in there.
Yeah.
And Death Row consisted of Snoop for a little while.
Dr. Dre.
Tupac.
Yeah.
Before he died.
Tupac.
And Corrupt.
Yep. And people like that. And but basically that record company got bought out by Jimmy Iovine's record company.
Yeah. Interscope Records.
Yeah, and it shows parallels between both Jimmy Iovine's life and Dr. Dre's life. But just look at Dr. Dre, who is a huge figurehead in hip-hop.
Yep.
And he has done a lot of good things for people. You know what I mean? He's done an amazing job for giving back and to, liberating people and helping people's lives, making people's lives better. But he also, he's done things he's not proud of.
Yeah.
He had a crazy backstory, which they go into in the show.
He also got caught beating his wife or something too. D. Barnes.
No, I think he actually was. He physically, I don't know what really happened. He assaulted D. Barnes.
Yeah, D. Barnes.
She was like an MTV.
Not
talk show
host.
Talk show host or something. And he did a lot of things. He killed people too.
Funny thing is, right around that time that happened to Dre and everything.
Oh no, he shot two unarmed cops, I think.
No, that was Tupac.
Oh, that was Tupac.
Tupac shot two cops at one point.
Unarmed cops, and that's how he went to jail.
Yeah, that's when he went to jail first, and then he ended up. The reason he ended up dying was he actually sort of tied into the boxing.
He was at a casino?
He was at MGM Grand, where the boxing match was. It was Tyson that night.
Yeah?
Boxing.
Ooh. Rape, everything's tying back
Tyson versus Holyfield, I want to say.
I don't know.
Maybe. I think it was Tyson versus Holyfield, and he got in a fight with some Crips.
Yeah.
I believe. At the MGM Grand, and he ended up getting shot.
It was something like that.
And you know what the story is behind that now, though?
I know Suge Knight was in jail, and Suge Knight came out. And
it wasn't Suge, though. It was, I read this a while back, but it was, it came out recently. Suge was in jail and said that. I forget this,
but it did happen.
Yeah,
recently.
it was someone that was associated with Tupac, very close to Tupac too, that ended up sort of like calling for the hit. And the guy that they ended up doing it's dead now anyway, so.
Really?
But yeah.
I thought you were going to say Suge Knight called a hit out on his own man.
No, it wasn't Suge.
Plot twist, no.
But Suge knew about the hit, knew who did it afterwards.
Yeah. Well, they were all kind of, jerks.
Yeah.
But that goes to show you, Dr. Dre, an amazing guy, but he also, has a lot of baggage.
And the guy that sort of rejuvenated Dre's career, and Dre has baggage too, because when he signed Eminem, that was a huge risk in his career, and Eminem ended up sort of elevating his career back to where it was before all the bullshit drama went down.
Yeah, so you that's basically this whole TV show. Ron just summed it up right there.
Yeah.
But it's a lot goes more in depth.
Yeah, I want to watch it actually.
And it goes into this guy Jimmy Iovine, which is basically the rock and roll version of Dr. Dre. But a producer, just like Dre, but he came from
basically the way the music industry works is that you're a boss of a certain Eminem's the boss of Shady Records.
Yeah.
He's owned by Dre and Aftermath Records.
Other record companies. Yeah.
Dre is owned by Interscope Records.
Yeah. It's like a hierarchy.
It's ridiculous how many, and that's why a lot of rappers too they'll bitch about their deals because they don't get any money because they're at the bottom. When you first come into the game, it's you're at the bottom of the game. So that's I want to see that. I want to see the Defiant Ones. Maybe we'll watch that, and I'll have a little bit of more of a talk in the podcast about that at some point once I see it.
Yeah.
But do we want to get in a little bit to that Kyrie Irving trade, that blockbuster a little bit, and what's happening with that today, right now, and how the trade isn't going through right now?
Go ahead.
So, as everyone probably knows by now, Kyrie Irving to Boston, everyone thought was a done deal.
Look, no, tell them how the trade happened, or whatever.
Well, the trade happened where the Celtics wanted to get rid of Isaiah Thomas because the reason why, and it sucks. Isaiah did a lot for the city. Very, very talented player. Also, I hate getting rid of players that sort of like work their ass off to get to a certain point and then you just dump them off. You know, because Isaiah wasn't really amazing until he came to Boston, and then he sort of found his game with the Celtics, and he had that horrible hip problem now and hip injury. And that's what's derailing the deal right now. But the deal officially was Jay Crowder, Isaiah Thomas, and the first round Brooklyn pick in Zizic, their other first round pick from last year. So they're gonna give.
So they gave him a lot of the Celtics there.
What the Celtics were doing, and what people don't really give Danny Ainge credit for, is they're dumping off a massive amount of salary, but they're also taking back a lot of salary.
Well, you think that the trade off isn't as. They kind of win in salary point because instead of paying 3 or 4 people, they only have to pay one guy a lot.
Danny Ainge will never admit it, but the reason they're getting rid of Isaiah is the hip, and also because Isaiah is asking for max money in his next deal.
Really?
And Isaiah only has a 1 year left on his contract, so he's gonna have to get paid the following year.
So he might leave anyway.
So
is what you're saying.
Yeah. So what Cleveland's having an issue with right now is Isaiah's hip when they went and did the medical examination before they were going to clear the trade.
Which everyone knew,
and Cleveland already knew this, which is sort of frustrating because like Cleveland's acting like they didn't know that this was a big deal. Like Isaiah's been out since what was it? The conference finals against the Cavs. He didn't play in that series. He played maybe 2 games in the series. He's been out since then, so it's like what also scares me is like why the hell would Cleveland even initially agree to this? Like if Isaiah's hip must be bad. If he's been out since the playoffs and still isn't healthy, his hip must be very bad.
Then why would the Cleveland even go for this? Just to dump off Kyrie?
Well, Kyrie doesn't really want to be in Cleveland anymore.
So
Rule number one. And second, they don't even. I think they're going to let Isaiah go after 1 year anyway because I think LeBron's leaving there after 1 year. And I also think that they really just wanted that first round Brooklyn pick. So now
they just want the first round.
They want that first round Brooklyn pick because Brooklyn's gonna suck this year probably, and they're gonna get a top 5 pick for that.
Yeah.
So if they get a top 5 pick for the Brooklyn fiasco that's going on in Brooklyn because they've been garbage, because they were stupid and took Kevin Garnett, Pierce off of Jason Terry off of the Celtics way back when they got rid of Pierce, they ended up getting like 3 first round picks for that, which was a ridiculously bad trade for Brooklyn. And
they got all the old Celtic players.
The Celtics ended up getting a first round pick with their player Tatum that they drafted this year, and now they have another Tatum. Yeah, we can call him Tater. Why not?
Tatum.
But he's going to be a good player, I think, for them, and they're going to keep him. And Cleveland either wants Tatum or they want another pick now because of this whole Isaiah thing that's happening right now. So that's the drama that's going on in the sports world around here.
But you're basically saying even with Isaiah's hip, if Isaiah's hip is good, you're saying that basically Cleveland wins out on this deal?
If Isaiah's hip is good, Cleveland's going to ultimately have a tough time because...
No, you think they're going to have... They win, though? They got the better deal? If Isaiah's hip's good?
If they get one more pick, they easily steal the deal.
Oh, I think they already steal the deal.
I think they already have a pretty good deal.
No, because you're saying Isaiah wants to leave Boston, or is going to leave Boston, so...
Well, maybe. They'd either have to leave... He's either going to leave, or they'd have to pay him max contract money to a guy that just had a hip injury, and hips are tough to come back from.
So worst case on Boston, right?
Yeah.
And this is a good trade.
They're not in that bad a shape even if they keep Isaiah.
If this is worst case scenario now, and Isaiah's hip is... Isaiah... They have to pay Isaiah the max of your contract, and then he leaves anyways, right? So why not just get Kyrie? Because this guy's gonna leave anyway, so they got a good deal.
Well, the thing is,
that's their plus.
Cleveland had to trade Kyrie because Kyrie still has 3 years on his contract.
I know, but without Cleveland though, on a Boston's perspective, from a Boston
both teams
without before we even look at the other one though, right? Boston's perspective is pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's good.
If they get this deal, that's pretty good for them. They lost Jay Crowder, right?
Yeah, Crowder was a good defender for them.
Yep, they lost Jay Crowder, and they lost their draft pick, but they made out with this deal. So they're like, all right, we're basically trading in their mind, right, it's basically a trade of Jay Crowder and a first-round draft pick for Kyrie.
Yeah.
And that's a good, that's a win-win, right?
Win-win.
That's a win-win, and that's a good deal for the Celtics, I'd say. I'd say that's pretty good. So now, but on Cleveland's perspective, right, where you said Kyrie doesn't want to play there.
Yeah.
They kind of would win if they got rid of Kyrie, right?
Yeah.
So Cleveland wants to get rid of Kyrie.
But they want to still compete.
They also though, they get Jay Crowder and a first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
For getting rid of a guy that they don't want either.
Yeah, so it works. It's both ways works.
So it's very in both of their favor to get rid of a guy.
Yeah. The issue with it too, I think at the time, is LeBron wants. I think they need Isaiah for one reason. To compete for this last season, I think LeBron's going to be here for.
That's why they want Isaiah healthy?
Because Isaiah's a good player. Good player. If he plays healthy, he could probably bring Cleveland to the finals again, or potentially to the finals, right?
Maybe.
So that's the big thing, and also what people forget to say too is the Celtics get rid of one pick, right? They have a lot of picks. The Celtics have a lot of picks left.
Yeah, they do.
They have a Lakers pick that if the Lakers are in the top 2 to 6 picks, the Celtics get that pick.
Really?
Yeah, if the Lakers fall between 2 and 6 in the draft this year,
they
get that pick. They could get between 2 or 6.
Yeah, that's pretty good, though.
So that's pretty good. So the Celtics have a lot of picks still.
I think the Celtics.
But the Brooklyn picks would be a top 5.
No, I think they should.
Guaranteed.
I think they should keep that dude.
Yeah.
They should say, you know what?
Yeah.
You win anyways. Why are you asking for more?
Yeah.
Because they really are, right? They got Jay Crowder, a first-round pick, right?
Yeah.
And they got rid of the guy that they want to get rid of.
And a lot of
people
agree with what you're saying.
You're asking for way
that's
too
a
much
problem with Cleveland. Like, and if the Celtics
and you knew beforehand. Everyone knew that his hip was bad.
Yeah.
How can you say you didn't know his hip was bad?
Yeah. And then the Celtics, dude, too. If they don't get the trade, whatever. They get Isaiah for one more year. They're probably not going to pay him. They'll let him walk. Then they still have the Brooklyn guaranteed top 5 pick from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Right? They could get a top 2 to 6. They might have 2 picks in the fucking top 5 next year.
Yeah.
In a stacked draft. If this trade doesn't go through.
What do you think they'll do?
I think Cleveland's going to give in to the deal, to be honest. Because Cleveland has no other alternative. Kyrie doesn't want to play there. You lost to the Golden State in the finals last year with the same team you had. Golden State's getting better. You're getting the same as you were. You're not going to be able to beat Golden State in the finals unless you make a huge shakeup of your roster.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able to, and if LeBron does leave, which is probably going to happen, and go to the Western Conference or something, or go to another team,
which is
probably Western Conference,
almost,
maybe Lakers, that's the big thing.
Yeah.
You're screwed, because if you don't get this draft pick, who the hell do you have at that point? You're not going to pay Isaiah Thomas. Oh, you're going to build around Isaiah? He's getting old. You're going to build around Isaiah Thomas? Cleveland has nothing if they don't get this deal through. They need this deal. They need the deal. They need it more than the Celtics do. The Celtics don't need this deal. That's the big thing.
We're going to get you on Felder and Maz right now with all these...
Yeah.
Ron, guest on there? Be a guest on there?
Be a guest on Felger and Maserati.
To explain the whole deal.
That's the thing with that. I don't know how much more time we have left here.
We got 10 minutes actually.
I want to get into rant for sure.
Is it that time now?
Yeah, I think it is time for.
Let me check. Let me see. We got like basically.
Did we get everything we want first?
I just want to tell you about that Bloom sauce, I guess.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit about that.
We bought 1 can of it. For $10.
Yeah, Josh was hyping it up.
Dude, honestly, it's not. I don't know. My friend and my 2 friends, one of them, they're both bartenders.
Yeah.
They're like, this is not good.
Not good.
Yeah. They're both.
Is it heavy? What's the percentage alcohol?
It's 7.8.
See, I had an 8% alcohol by volume IPA last night. Yeah.
Wow.
It was called Stupid, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. STOOPID. And then I had another one. It was called Be Hoppy, which was pretty good. It was like 6%. Very good tasting IPA. Probably gonna buy it at some point, but it's expensive though. It's like $13 for a 6-pack.
Yeah. But anyways, that was the Bloom sauce.
I do want to check out that
maybe
brewery
get
at some point.
But I'm just saying, like, don't expect
much.
Yeah,
don't expect it to be amazing. Yeah.
Don't expect it to be life changing. But I think that about wraps up that.
All right. Yeah, I definitely have a story for everyone here actually today.
Ooh.
So I go on vacation to Maine, out near the Lakes region, and I stop at a Walmart. I think it was in like Windham, Maine or something. Stop in the Walmart. It's like across my friendlies and stuff. I go inside and I'm with my little brother and we're going to buy Nerf guns. My little brother's really into Nerf guns.
Okay.
So he wanted this one Nerf gun called the Brain Saw, and I can pull up a picture here. Actually, yeah, I can pull up a picture here. I believe I still have it. I don't think I deleted it. I was deleting shit on my phone last night for some reason. It might be off here. I have no idea. But he wanted this gun called the Brain Saw, and we end up going in there and looking for this gun. I don't believe I have it anymore. I had a picture actually of the gun and how much it cost on the website. So, you know, like when you're searching for something, usually you know what you want to get. You want to go to the store and get the best deal. If you're going to be a good consumer and an educated consumer, actually, is a better word for it. You're going to research what you're planning to buy, right?
Yeah. And
you're going to try to find out where you can buy the best price, what you're going to get the best price for what you want, right?
Yeah.
So we look on Walmart, and this gun is regularly $30, right?
Okay.
On Walmart's website, it says out of stock online on it, right? Well, it says out of stock, but it says value sale on the top of it, right? And it says $19.48 for this Brain Saw gun, right?
$19?
Yeah, $19.48. So that's the best deal I've seen anywhere for it. So I'm like, yo, Connor, let's get in the car. We'll go and we'll go try to get this gun. So I end up going to Walmart, walk inside. I didn't know the hell that was about to await me.
Uh-oh.
So I walk
inside.
Sounds
like a South Park episode.
I find the Brain Saw gun. We end up getting it. We go to the register and it rings in at $28. I'm like, I asked the cashier. She was a pretty nice girl, like young, like maybe like high school.
Smoke?
Not a smoke show. Dude, I'm in Maine, bro. I'm in Maine. Come on. But I go over there and I'm like, excuse me, like I have this on my phone right now, and I show it to her. I'm like, it says 1948, and she's like, read the sign up there, and I read it, and it says no price matching.
What does that mean?
And apparently,
like on your wait, you brought it up on your phone?
Yeah, I brought it up on my phone, but it's on Walmart's website.
Yeah.
Price matching means you look at another store's website and it says $20 on sale, and you go to that store and you say, "Oh, it's $20 at this store. Can you match this one?"
Was it a sale or no?
It said sale. It said sale on the website for the gun.
Okay, but was it a sale in the store?
It didn't say the prices
so that's
on
probably what it was.
No, but that doesn't matter though. Okay. If you have this is the rant that it comes up at this point.
If you haven't, it's called price. Some stores do price matching. Yes, like
that's not a price match though.
No, but like car dealerships.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. But that's not what it is though. This is what ended up happening. I
know that's not a price match, but I'm saying like that.
Yeah. That's what it is. You're right. That's what price matching is. So I explained to her that's not what price matching is. She's like, "Oh yeah, you're right. That's not what it is. Like I should be able to give you that price, but I have to put in a code on the computer. Let me call over the manager." So this manager comes over.
She thought it was price matching?
She thought it was price matching, and that's not what it is. But then I explained it to her. I educated her on it.
this whole thing, yep.
I educated her on it, and it took a little while. Just blah, blah.
Sales are not price matching.
Yeah, sales are not price matching.
Price matching is like when you want to buy a car, and you go say, "Hey, I'm getting a deal at this dealership. Can you do better?"
Exactly. That's not what it was. But she thought that's what I was doing. I was like, "No, it's on Walmart's website." She's like, "Oh, it's on our website," and I show it to her. She's like, "All right, I need to call over a manager."
Okay.
This big manager comes over. Big dude. Really bad beard, awful mustache, comes over and he goes to the register and he's like, I show him my phone, he's like 1940, he's like, that won't be necessary, he's like, store policy, I need to look it up on my phone. And I'm just like,
when you look it up on the computers in
I'm just like, what?
Okay.
So he goes on his phone, he's like looking up, he's like, I'll look it up on my phone, looks it up.
Wacky manager.
Wacky manager, dude.
So
he looks it up and he's like, it's 1948, and he's like, yeah, that is the sale, but since it says out of stock, I can't give you that price. And I was like, wait, how's it out of stock if I have one right in front of your counter right now? And I'm there with my little brother, so I'm not trying to cause a giant scene.
Dude, this is turning into a whole like litigation thing.
But
like, like we need a lawyer.
I look it up and I'm like, I've never had that happen because I've gone to other stores where that's happened. If you have something set for a certain price on your website, people are going to go to your store expecting that price to be at the store.
No, but the out of stock part is even worse.
Yeah, it says out of stock on the phone.
So the sale doesn't apply to it because it's out of stock?
Yeah. So the guy from Walmart tells me, no, but company policy. If it says out of stock online, then the price doesn't apply.
Wow. Wait, he said, what did he say?
He said
of company policy?
He said company policy. If the price is on the website and it says out of stock, then I can't give you that price. So
don't go to Walmart.
I'm just like, yeah, this is screwy as hell because I have a gun right in front of them that is apparently out of stock on their web, but I can't get it for the price that they're displaying on their website for the store.
And it's not because it's a sale.
And it's not because it's a sale. It's not a sale. It just said reduced price for the item.
Yeah.
And and then they charged me $28 for the damn thing.
Maybe it is price matching.
No, it's not price matching because price matching would be if I was looking at a different store besides Walmart.
I know. Okay,
I was looking at this exact store's ad, and it said 1948.
I think we need a lawyer to go look through the do an audit on Walmart.
Think about it though. Like I go to if I was gonna look up a price, I would have went somewhere else if it was cheaper somewhere else. Why would I go to Walmart's $28 if I saw one for $22 at a different store, at like Family Dollar or something? I forget what I was looking at in Maine, but it was a different store had it for $22. I went to get it for $19.48 because my brother only had $20 for his birthday, and I go to Walmart because it says $19.48 on their website. And I'm in Maine, so I'm already pissed off, and there's more of this story actually too. I go to Maine because I'm already pissed off because I have to drive freaking 30 minutes to get anywhere because it's Maine. Yeah. So I already drove 30 minutes out of my way to get to damn Walmart to get this gun, and we buy it anyway, but I'm just like, it leaves a shitty fucking taste in my mouth. So we get the gun, and they don't give us any bags to put anything in.
Wait, so you buy it for the expensive price?
We buy the gun, and my dad bought some stuff too. So we bought a bunch of stuff. So they didn't give us any bags, so we're carrying the stuff out of the store in our hands. So we go up to the store, and this old lady that's working there comes up to us, and she's harassing us. She's like, what? Whoa! What are you guys doing there with all that stuff in your hands? Are you guys shoplifting? And we're just.
Did she really say that?
Yeah, she said that. 100% said that. My dad's like, no, like we're not shoplifting. Like, we just bought all this stuff. Like, are you kidding me? She's like, I'm gonna have to see the receipts, and like my dad obviously crumbled the receipt into his pocket. So now we're pissed off because we have to friggin' wait for pull the receipts out of our pockets.
And look at them all.
And she's like, how come you guys have no bags? And then my dad's like, they didn't give us a bag. Like, your dumb employees didn't give us a bag. Like my dad's just shitting all over Walmart. Like he's like, you guys didn't give us a bag. Like, what the hell do you expect? She's like, I don't know about who didn't give you that bag. That's what the Walmart employee says in Maine. I don't know who didn't give you that bag. And we're just like, what? Like, she's like, that's not my responsibility for the person to give you the bag. You just should have had a bag. And we're just like, what? Like, it was just ridiculous, dude. It was like, wow. It ended up in that whole thing that I just explained. That was like a good 30-minute process because we had to wait like 15 minutes for the manager to come over.
Right.
And they weren't even packed, dude.
Wow.
So that's my rant for the day. Sometimes I feel like these large shopping centers like Walmart, they come in, they take out down every other store that's around the area. And they usually suck anyway. Like, they're not better in any they say they have better prices, but they end up having way more hassle than necessary. And
the problem with that is the smaller brand stores that are not big chains.
Yeah.
They at least in my experience, they have a different mentality. Like, you go in there and they like try to give you a sale.
Yeah,
they try to give you.
Dude, I've gone to stores and I've been like, "Oh, your price is different on the website." Oh yeah, we'll put that in right now for you. I mean,
like, I never even said that before, but I'm saying like they usually say like, "Oh, we have like here's a sale on socks or whatever."
Yeah.
Or like they try to get you to buy their stuff. And they try to give you actually that's a bad.
No, but you'll go up to the register at a store. This is a better example of it. You'll go up to the register and they'll be like, "Oh, we have a coupon here. We'll put this in for you."
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That happens so many times for me. Like,
at small stores they do that.
Oh, it can save you a few bucks, like, you know.
Or sometimes they'll even be, depending on where you go, like they'll even be like, "Oh, like today, like I'll just give you a discount for like no reason at all." Or, you know what I mean? Or they'll be like, "Oh, we only have one in stock," or like, "This is the floor model, so I'll just give it to you at a discount." You know what I mean?
Yep.
They'll be like, "Oh, we only have one left," so, or something weird like that. Or they'll be like, "Oh, this one was returned, and because it was returned, I'll give it to you for less."
Yeah.
But it's the same thing as a new one. You
know
what I mean? They'll like help you out with like.
Yeah,
stuff
they'll help
like
you
that.
out. It's like a Walmart.
I go to a store that's like the small stores.
Yeah.
They do stuff like that, and that's really cool.
They're a little more customer friendly because they want you to come back to their store.
Yeah, exactly,
you know?
because they're a small store and they need you to come back. You know what I mean? Walmart just comes, it takes over everything. Now everyone's going to Walmart instead of the small like tech store or whatever, and then the small store loses business because this Walmart just like took over everything, monopolized everything.
Yeah.
Walmart is probably, I think if you look up the Fortune 500 Walmart is like in the top 5 of the biggest companies.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
huge. It's huge right now.
Up there with like Exxon Mobil.
Good.
Up there, yeah, up. It's up there though. Walmart is up there with Amazon and Apple and Google. Man, Walmart's up there.
It's big. It's a big company, you know. And sometimes I feel like you get treated unfairly at those big companies. Sometimes they don't take the customer. They have so many customers that go there anyway, especially in Maine. Walmart's like their supermarket, their toy store, their fishing, camping supply store.
Yeah.
All this stuff. Well, like around the Boston area, you have stores for all different things. Like, you know, and they're usually smaller.
Yeah, like in cities, you do have the big Walmarts.
We have
cities.
one Walmart close to here. Not even close.
Well, no, I'm just saying, but like
Yeah.
in city, I'm saying like in Boston or something.
Yeah, true.
They still in cities.
Yeah.
Or highly populated areas. They usually like will have a
lot of them
Target.
are family owned.
They'll have like a Target
Yeah.
or whatever, or Walmart, but they'll also have like their own small stores too. That's
Yeah.
that's what you're saying, and that's where it hurts.
Yeah.
The small stores.
I think that's about it for my rant, right there.
That's pretty good though.
That was the one I had for today from vacation. I wanted to add that in.
Is there any parallels to boxing fighting? Not really.
Not really. Not really at all. But
Anything else happen in Maine?
not a lot. It was good fishing. Caught some smallmouth bass. Had a pretty good time fishing for a while.
That's
It was
nice.
a cool area. I like the lakes out there. There's so much water out in Maine. Something like 500 lakes, dude, in the state or
Really?
something. Yeah, 500 lakes and ponds. Ridiculous. But yeah, it was a good time. Maine, I like Maine a lot. It's vacation land. That's what it is, you know. But do we want to go a little bit into future podcast or no? I don't know really what we're planning.
Well, let's end it out though.
I want to end it up right now, but we still haven't checked out Wolf Island Road.
Oh, yep.
Which still hasn't been done, so that's on the list still. It keeps getting pushed back just because of shit going on.
It will happen though.
It will happen eventually. We'll make that the next priority.
Maybe on Halloween. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, we're gonna
just push back to Halloween.
We're gonna continue doing podcasts, guys. Of course, you know, through this time.
Yeah.
We appreciate the subscribers.
I think this was a good I wouldn't say life event, but good event to cover the Mcgregor.
Yeah, because it was bigger than just the boxing event. It really was. It brought a bunch of people together.
So if there's like some big popular event or something, definitely I like bringing that up because I brought up the Rich Paina thing and we saw like a parallel between both industries.
That's sort of the cool thing too about like our podcast too is every week there could be a different event. Who the hell knows what's going to happen this week? It's unscripted.
Obviously.
You know? Yeah, it's unscripted. We
a lot of people do scripts, though, you know?
Yeah, a lot of people do it differently than what we do. We go into it with no script at all, which is sort of why sometimes we're not as fluent with going from topic to topic. But we always cover a vast amount of topics in our podcast, which is good. So, as always, guys, if you want to reach us at ronandjackspodcast@gmail.com. You can see the link to the email on the YouTube page as well. I'm going to also try to upload more of the episodes on SoundCloud. I think I got episode 2 up there right now. I still need to get 3 and now episode 4 up there eventually. The SoundCloud sort of became secondary for right now, but like...
You think you should put it there anyways?
I got to put it there anyways. I think I'm going to just to have it in more sites is better.
Yeah.
I also want to do one thing too, which is for the future, is I want to start looking at getting the podcast up on iTunes.
Oh, yeah, I know you can do that.
Which you can do for free.
Can you do it for free?
Yep, and it's got to be free, obviously, for each episode. You need to, like, submit it, but there's something you have to do with the computer. I'm going to have to talk to you about that, Jack, eventually. But, yeah, guys, as always, subscribe to our channel for new content, new episodes weekly. I want to thank everyone very much.
Ron and Jack YouTube?
Yep, Ron and Jack YouTube channel.
And we're at 90-something subscribers.
I think it's 94, 95 right now.
I want to get the 100, so...
Yeah, we're hitting. They're going to hit it. We're going to hit it eventually.
Hopefully.
It's going to take a while. Like, the more content we produce, the more subscribers we'll get. So that's what we got to keep doing. So.
All right.
All right, peace. Thanks for watching.